We've seen widespread severe thunderstorms on Friday, last night, into the night as well. But the very latest is overnight and into this morning, we've seen the vast majority of the severe thunderstorms both weaken and move away from the country. So the areas that were getting hit quite hard on Friday through Victoria and New South Wales in particular, for those places, the threat today has passed as those thunderstorms have eased and moved away.
Well, that's good news. Are there any warnings currently in place then?
So there are no longer any severe thunderstorm warnings, which we had all through the day yesterday and into the night as well. And the severe weather warnings have finished as well. There are a couple of slightly smaller warnings still in place. There is a coastal hazard warning, or a hazardous surf warning in place, I should say, for parts of the New South Wales coast. There's still some big waves along the eastern side of the country. And in the wake of yesterday's rainfall, there's a couple of minor flood warnings in place. So that is the Kiwa River, which is in northeast Victoria, and the North Esk River, which is in northeast Tasmania. Those are just the two rivers with elevated river levels at the moment.
Some of those worst hit areas earlier in the week were then hit again by a follow-up event. How significant is it when places are hit by those sort of follow-up weather events?
Oh, it certainly can be, really significant when you get that 1-2 punch of a couple of weather systems in quick succession, because the first one that rolls through, particularly if it is a major severe thunderstorm, which we've had lots of over the past 4 or 5 days, can cause significant damage. And there were a few earlier in the week which did cause significant damage to property, things like roof lights and even roof tiles, with big hail and damaging wind gusts. So if you get a bit of damage that does roll through, and then you get a follow-up weather event which could potentially bring more hail or more heavy rain, then that second one can cause further damage. And severe thunderstorms can be very, very impactful, very, very significant for areas that they do hit. So getting a couple in a short space of time could certainly have a major impact on people in those parts of the country. But the good news is that threat has now passed, and we are heading into a more settled week of weather.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what's the rest of the weekend looking like, and into next week as well?
So across those southeastern areas, so Victoria, Tasmania, New South Wales and ACT, the thunderstorm threat has passed. We could still see a few further showers and some cool winds, particularly this morning, but from this afternoon or this evening onwards, we have several calmer, more settled days with some sunshine coming in as well, getting quite warm actually through the first half of next week. As for thunderstorms today, there's still a chance that parts of Queensland may see some severe thunderstorms. It's not likely to be as widespread or as active as what we saw yesterday, but potentially people in the Wide Bay and Burnett and the Central Highlands of Queensland could be at risk of some severe thunderstorms. And if they do develop this afternoon, the likely threats could be damaging wind gusts and large hail. That activity in Queensland should subside tomorrow.